My video from May the 8th, 2018 is entitled An Uprising by the Downtrodden. If ever there was a time in human history, at least in the recent centuries, when ordinary people needed to rise up and take back that which has been stolen from us, this is the time. Because of the internet, many are in various stages of awakening from a horrific nightmare. As I keep saying, the so-called elite royal families are criminals in fact. Whatever they really are, fallen angels, malevolent ETs, or demons, many of us can see that they are devoid of qualities that make us human. Yes, I will attack Hillary's reputation again. She is the epitome of evil. Yes, Hillary, it makes a huge difference in answer to your question. Maybe you're not really human, but those you have ordered to be killed are. You are a blatant example, one among many, of tyranny in action. And to think that so many voted for you, believing you represented women, is beyond comprehension to me. Of course, that is the result of the evil mind control still going on here on planet Earth. It is my sincere and humble prayer that we, the people who have been beaten down for multiple generations, are finally empowered and enabled to truly rise up and end the tyranny of control, taking back our natural human rights. Yes, I go after Hillary again because she is a very recent example of how distorted our reality is and how effective, actually, the mind control system that has been put in place by the elite establishment is working. Many people, of course, many people are paid to do it, but many people actually thought that because she was a woman, that was somehow going to make her better than all the men that have preceded her. And I'm not standing up for men as a gender over women as a gender. It has nothing to do with gender, folks. It has to do with character. And Hillary, her character is obviously flawed to a tremendous degree, but she's not the only one, of course. There are a multitude of individuals, many of whom have risen to the top in the economic and political structure of our world, and even the religious structure of our world, that have engaged in horrific activities, devaluing and debasing the most innocent of us, that is, the children. Yes, they have engaged in family rituals and practices that have deprived them of the ability to actually be compassionate, to actually have feelings about what they're doing. But obviously, they couldn't do what they're doing if they had feelings. They would break down and cry. And they need to reach a point, and I would pray that somehow they are able to reach a point where they can actually cry and feel the remorse for what they have done to humanity. That's on the one hand. On the other hand, humanity needs to be forgiven, to forgive ourselves for the mistakes we've made, for the sins we've committed, for the things we've done for profit and to gain some kind of acceptance in a distorted world. We have done terrible things. Many of us have. And we need to also find a place of repentance and also be forgiven. I mean, it is my desire that all of us, that's excluding no one, are able finally to come home and imagine what kind of a world we could co-create together if we learned to cooperate instead of compete. I know I've said that many, many times, and I will probably say it many more, because it is through cooperation that we will be able to achieve the greatest dreams we've ever dreamed and fulfill the imaginations of visionaries that have gone before us through the centuries, through the millennia. There have been people in all the cultures that have had insight that has been repressed by those who want to control. Control is the problem. Do you not understand? It doesn't matter whether it's mind control, economic control, spiritual control, whatever control it is, it's about freedom, folks. I want freedom for you. I want freedom for everyone, even the dark side, even those that have done horrible things. I would like them to reach a place of actual forgiveness. And that can happen if we are somehow enabled to rise up. That's what I mean by an uprising. We are able to rise up in consciousness. That's where it takes place first. It has to take place in consciousness. It's not about waging a war against the injustices. That will only accomplish more war and more injustices. It's about awakening within and transforming ourselves from the inside out. And when I say transforming ourselves, I don't mean that we do it alone. I mean there has to be divine cooperation. God, or creator, whatever you want to call him, she, or it, has to cooperate with creation in order to raise us up to a higher level where we can actually be what I believe the visionaries have tried to tell us we're capable of becoming. We are capable of becoming that. And it will take effort on the part of each of us and a willingness on the part of each of us to lay down the things that we thought were true. Lay them down. Because the only thing that's going to matter is, are you willing to love yourself and each other? Are you willing to go beyond your religion? Are you willing to go beyond your political persuasions? Are you willing to go beyond your economic disparity? Whether you're on the low side or the high side, it doesn't even make any difference. Are you able to get beyond that and recognize the essence of what life is? Life is about cooperating. And even the animals and nature will work to help us do that if we start moving in that direction, if we start desiring that with our full hearts and putting our thought process and efforts toward transformation. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for a transformed society that takes us to levels that we have only dreamed about, some of us, and envisioned, others of us, that would produce the world, a new world. Not a new world order like George W. Bush, George H.W. Bush, Hillary Clinton, and others have talked about. Not that kind of a new world order of control and domination, but a new world order of cooperation and love. What a concept. What a vision. May God help us to fulfill it. Thank you for listening. Namaste.